We have some new news about the Kevin Durant Brooklyn Nets saga. It has been weeks since he demanded a trade. No trade package has been acceptable to the Nets. So what is next? There are rumors and reports that Kevin Durant is going to have a meeting, a sit down this week with Joe Tsai. Now, Jalen, my question to you is do you think this is Kevin demanding a trade again directly to the owner of the Nets, or is this Tsai sort of pitching Kevin to stay and helping him join the Nets at training camp? What do you think?
My brother David Jacoby, the consummate professional, the industry 20-plus year veteran, once taught me, each time you go into a meeting, have a clear focus of what you hope to get accomplished.
Exactly.
And so let me tell you what this meeting is all about. I know you want to get traded. You got 4 years left on your deal. Unless they're calling me about Giannis or Luka or 10 first-round picks or something that has never happened in the history of the NBA, we're not going to trade you. That's ultimately what this conversation is going to be about. Like, when you start looking at the deals around the league, look at what happened to get Rudy Gobert in Minnesota. Look what may need to happen to get Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks. Look what look what the Clippers had to give up to get Paul George from OKC. If you're going to trade Kevin Durant, and here's the key, with 4 years left on his contract, this is going to be an insurmountable contract that has never happened in the history of the NBA. So therefore, if I'm the Nets, I'm not going to be able to do it. Let me say that again for the people in the back. I'm not going to be able to do it. And this is the ultimate compliment to Kevin Durant. Guess what just happened this past June? The Golden State Warriors won the championship. The same team that won it before KD, he won 2 finals MVPs with and dashed because he and Kyrie was going to form their own path. And I still believe that they can do that. So if you're the organization, don't panic. Kyrie saw the Celtics make the finals. KD saw them just win it without him. He's going to be as motivated as any player in the NBA this year. You don't just move him. You get him in the office. You tell him, I'm going to figure a way to work this out with you. And let me just say one more thing.
I'm listening.
People need to stop treating Kyrie Irving like some afterthought. Like, Kyrie Irving is one of the top 10 or 12 players in the NBA. I'm not breaking them up. I am not breaking them up.
But Mr. Rose, I think that is the problem. If you look at the timing, Kyrie Irving doesn't get a long-term deal with the Nets, and he opts into his player option, so he's only with the Nets for 1 more year. And then 2 or 3 days later is when we have this trade request from Kevin Durant. I believe those things are related. Don't you think that Kevin Durant expected the Nets to commit to Kyrie long-term? They did not. That upset him, which is what led him to ask for the trade. That is what I believe he will discuss with Joe Tsai, not necessarily his situation, but his and Kyrie's situation.
So you're really great at your job, thank you. And I appreciate how we got to the KD part. I'm glad you just teed me up. Gary Payton, the Sean Kemp style for the lob. Here's the Kyrie part. KD don't want uncertainty, fam. If I got 4 years left and he got 1 year left, y'all don't take care of him, that creates uncertainty. I already have that with Ben Simmons. Can I ask you a question as somebody that's dealing with a bad back right now? How did Ben Simmons pass his physical?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know if they did a physical.
Right? He didn't play for the Nets and had surgery. That means that injury was lingering. He didn't play for the Sixers at all this year, basically. So anyway, so now here's what you tell KD. We got Kyrie on the Harden plan, fam. That's it. We need to see him back in the gym. We need to see him back with the team, back engaged. We want to make sure that New York City doesn't change any restrictions. We see monkeypox now happening, different variants of coronavirus. Not sure if he's vaccinated or not, but trust me, if Kyrie Irving is healthy and he's at training camp and Kyrie's at training camp with KD and Ben Simmons is healthy, if I'm the team, I'm not even thinking about nothing until the first 20 games.
Oh, and
I'm
Joe
just letting
Harris
them
is
go out there.
back. Joe Harris is back. TJ Warren's healthy. Royce O'Neal's been added. They re-signed Claxton. Like, they got a squad. Seth Curry. Like, they have a squad. If everybody comes back to the Nets, and I say 20, 25 games in the season, they're going to be at the top of the standings in the Eastern Conference. They were last season. They will be again.
If I have a healthy Kevin Durant, Kyrie, Irving, and Ben Simmons, I'm looking at my team and practicing games like this.
Claxton, Harris, and Curry. Imagine Harris and Curry. Curry and Harris just catch and shoot threes all day. Look at me shooting 45% from threes.
And how about this, fam? So after 15 games, if they're healthy, project a record for me.
12
Can you give me a record?
12 and 3. 12 and 3. I'm telling you, 12 and 3, 11 and 4. Easy.
So 12 and 3, 11 and 4. KD averaging 30 on 50, 40, 90. Kyrie averaging 28, 6 and 6.
Kyrie scored 60 in one of those too. Kyrie scored 60 in one of those.
Exactly. Like, they'll be just fine. If you're the Nets, do not mess this up. Do not panic. To me, I always said it. They panicked with Harden. They panicked, fam. They panicked. I know he had a sore hand, and I know he quit on the team, but I would have allowed them to play a season through the playoffs and at least evaluate that. Now that that didn't happen and I got KD signed, same rules apply. I'm not panicking.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.